All right, that was awesome, wasn't it? What a great way to start the day. Good music. All right, then, it's a new morning, and you're welcome to the kitchen. I've got Chef Yeide right with me. How are you doing today?
Fine, good morning.
Good morning, great to have you. So what are we cooking, Chef?
I'm going to be making you guys a dish called SHAKSHUKA.
SHAKSHUKA?
Yes.
So what is SHAKSHUKA?
SHAKSHUKA is a Mediterranean dish.
Okay.
It's from this North African and the Israel and Libya. They basically eat
okay, so
that
just
for
like
breakfast.
basically North
Yes.
Africa, SHAKSHUKA. Oh, wow, interesting. Okay, so we are going to SHAKSHUKA this morning. Let's talk about today's ingredients. What are we making use of?
We're going to be making use of some eggs.
Eggs, okay.
Paprika.
Oh, paprika, okay.
Some green peppers.
Okay.
Red pepper.
Okay.
And some, what else? Tomato sauce. Basically, that's the base of the food.
dish.
Yes.
Okay, so the tomato sauce is the base
Yes.
of SHAKSHUKA. Now, I noticed you had bread. We should probably show, okay. So I saw this earlier, and I was wondering, I've always loved baguettes, and I was wondering what you're going to be making use of this for.
Okay, so basically, since I'm making a breakfast,
Yeah.
and it will be incomplete if you actually have the SHAKSHUKA without a bread.
So SHAKSHUKA is always served with
yes,
bread?
and every other thing you can eat it with, but mostly it's with bread because it's breakfast.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Okay, so we have the SHAKSHUKA here, and we also have the vegetables as well. You know, she mentioned the fact that she's going to be making use of green pepper and the likes. I wonder how you're going to serve this, though.
Wait and see.
I'm very curious. I'm a very curious person. That's why I'm here after all. Okay, so let's take a look at what else you have.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the vegetables as well. All right, so here we go.
The olive oil, because it's an healthy meal.
Okay, so it's one that requires oil.
Yes, but very little olive oil.
Okay, so we're making use of, this looks like sea salt,
Yes.
is it? Okay.
Kosher salt.
Okay, so kosher salt there. What is this?
Some garlic.
Garlic,
Mashed garlic.
Okay, so we're making use of olive oil because, as she said, it's a healthy dish. And then we're also going to be
They have
making
the
use
tomato
of
sauce.
the tomato sauce. Now, how did you make this tomato sauce?
I boiled my tomatoes, blanched it,
Okay.
and then I brought it out from the skin, removed the skin,
Okay.
and mashed it a little to get some juice out of it.
Okay, so we have the tomato sauce. So you can make it yourself at home.
Yes.
You heard how she described the use. So we're making use of chili powder, we're making use of paprika, whole oregano, as well as crushed chilies.
For we African, basically, we love pepper. Do you
Yeah.
like pepper?
Who doesn't? Okay, some people don't. So,
Some people don't.
and then of course the unleavened bread.
It's just giving you a chance to try two types. You have to try it with that, and you try
Yeah,
it
I
with
was going to
this as
ask
well.
you that because you mentioned that we need to use this for the breakfast.
Yes.
And then I see this bread as well.
So bread, basically, you can use any kind of bread, depending. Mostly, they use pita bread, which is North African bread.
Okay.
So it's from the Indian, Libya, Israel. So that's basically what they use to eat it. But I think you can use any kind of bread. It's always nice too.
Okay, so yeah, this is what we're going to be using with our breakfast. So run me through the process. What's the cooking process? What do we do?
I'm gonna have to put the fry pan on fire first.
Okay,
A little bit of olive oil.
okay. A little bit of olive oil.
Yes.
Okay.
The onions.
Okay.
Followed by the peppers.
Okay.
And then I had the tomato sauce.
Okay.
Let it cook for a bit.
Okay.
And add the pepper, the chili powder,
Okay.
oregano.
It does seem like a very simple dish, like a one-pot dish. It doesn't
Yes.
take time to cook
No,
at all.
Apparently. Do you know the word SHAKSHUKA actually means haphazard?
Haphazard.
And that
because
means
it's
together.
put it together,
Yes.
like just throwing everything.
Yes, that's what it basically. So it means all together, mixture, that's what they call
So
it.
you can put in anything you want.
Yes.
So what ruins this dish? Is it putting in like meat? Because I know sometimes areas like that, they don't really do meat and all that.
This dish can be eaten for breakfast and it can also be for lunch or dinner. So to make it filling for lunch or dinner, you have to have like minced meat or like mashed turkey or anything to add it to make chicken.
So it's cool to add meat
yes,
to this
yes,
dish,
yes.
okay? Because some dish they'll tell you, oh, You know, because sometimes it's religion
but it'll be
based.
heavy, so you can't do that when you're having breakfast. Depending on how hungry you are.
But you can do it for lunch,
You can do it for lunch or dinner.
The ingredients are currently on your screen right now, so you can catch up. Tomato sauce, bell peppers. Let's run through them. So this is what we'll make use of. What is this?
Tomato sauce.
Okay.
It's some blended mashed tomato plum.
Okay.
Yeah. I got that by cooking my tomato in hot water.
Yeah.
Blanched it for about 5 to 6 seconds in hot boiling water.
Okay.
It helps to remove the skin easily.
Okay.
And then I mashed it, so I got the juice out of that.
Okay. Then we're making use of
Bell peppers.
Okay.
Red and yellow. Spring onions. For garnishing, onions, and then
what are these?
Parsley and basil.
Okay.
There's chili flakes,
Okay.
paprika, chili pepper, and oregano.
Yeah, seasoning cubes as well.
And Maggi.
Okay, so we also have the bread.
Yes, and the baguettes.
Okay, so different kinds of bread, depends on which one you'd like to eat this breakfast with. And of course we have butter here. And
salt, sea salt, and garlic.
Mashed garlic. Okay, and then of course oil and eggs. So what's the process? Let's start. I see our oil is really hot. Yeah, so what's the first thing we're doing?
The onions.
Okay. So you mentioned that SHAKSHUKA is a North African dish.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was originated from Ottoman, apparently. It was born there. They have a particular dish that is like that.
Okay.
But this one that I'm making now is from the South, North Africa and the Asian, Israel, Libya. Yeah, the one that
You know the way dishes are, by the time they go to different areas, it gets personalized.
Yes. And then in Italy, they have another name for it. It's called Portogari.
Portogaro.
Portogari, that's what it's called. And then some people call it eggs in shell.
Eggs in shell. Are we cooking the eggs with the shell?
No, but that's what they call it. Basically because the eggs is inside the tomato sauce like that, so they call it egg in shell.
Egg in shell. Okay, so different names, the same dish. So what goes in next?
Garlic.
The garlic.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So after the garlic,
the tomato sauce goes in.
Oh, immediately?
Yes.
Which means we're going to have to let it boil.
Yes, after sweating the onions.
Okay.
Which is what I've just done.
Okay.
Nice.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah.
Now? Okay.
Then it's gonna go next.
So
can you smell it already?
Yes, now. Anytime you use onions, there's always the magic.
The thing about it is that if you don't sweat your onions well, you will not get that smell. If you pour your onions immediately in your pot and then pour your pepper, you miss that smell you're supposed to get. But
and the aroma is very important.
If you let it sweat well properly, it's better.
Okay, okay. So we are going to have to let this cook.
Yes.
For how long?
Till it dries up a bit.
Oh, so it has to, that will definitely take a while. So we could say maybe about 15 minutes to allow it dry up. It might not take that long
maybe
anyway.
Not, because remember I already blanched my tomato in water. So I already cooked it a bit then, so it'll be easier.
Okay. So blanching the tomatoes actually help to make it cook faster?
No, not really, but it's also a way to say you already boiled it a bit. So if it cooks here, it will cook faster because it's already in water.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that.
Okay, so for the serving, we're going to have the sauce on one side, right? Or are we putting it in the bread?
Wait and see. I'm going to surprise you.
I don't like surprises, though. I don't like surprises.
So it's going to be, we're just going to serve it in the plate and put the bread beside it. And then you can put it the way you want. Oh. Put it like a wrap in your bread, or you can put it on your baguette.
Okay, okay. You remember when earlier I said today's dish is a simple dish? Ha! I take it back. It's one that actually requires a lot of work, a lot of effort, as simple as it seems. I still have Chef Yeide right here with me, and together we're making SHAKSHUKA. It sounds like a dance, but it's not. It's actually the name of the meal. If you check your TV screen right now, you will definitely see the ingredients we're making use of today. Tomato sauce, bell peppers, eggs, parsley, onions, olive oil, and oregano. Okay, so our sauce is ready for extras.
Yes. It smells amazing.
I can imagine. Okay, so what are we putting in again?
So we're going to put the chili flakes in there.
This? Okay, fine. So
We are Africans and we like pepper. Let's try. Normally they don't put, they just put a little black pepper and...
So I have a question at the tip of my tongue right now, but I'll let you finish up with this before I throw it in. Okay? Because of the pepper and the African thing you mentioned. Yes. It's just at the tip of my tongue. Unless I don't have the time, but I'm going to mention it when I have the time. I know you know what I'm going to say. Okay.
I begged you.
So paprika.
Yes.
All right.
So you have to put a lot of paprika. I take the pepper thing back. You know the Asians, North African, they like pepper sometimes. Yeah. So when you have eggs, some people eat eggs and they feel some kind of irritation. So the pepper actually helps? Yes, helps that. Okay. And this is another chili pepper as well. A bit of grounded chili pepper. This is a very peppery dish. This oregano, basically they use cumin. Okay. It is a North African spice. Okay. But with my own twist, I prefer to use oregano. It still gives it the same. Okay. But you can use whatever you want, basically. It doesn't say you have to use what they use. You can do it in your own way. Okay. Okay, so Yeide, away from cooking, I'm very curious about something. Yeah, there was a time you used to be a backup dancer for your partner. For those who don't know, Yeide is Seun Kuti's partner. So there was a time you used to be a backup dancer for him. At what point did you switch to cooking from dancing? Like 7 years of dancing and then you just switched? Okay. So basically, I grew up with my grandma, and my grandma had a restaurant. Oh. She dealt with buying of raw food, and then she sells to people, they come, and then she had a restaurant. So I used to be there with her, watching her and everything, begging her to let me cook. But she would not she wouldn't agree. So in her compound, there are lots of pigeons, like everywhere. She loves to feed them. Okay. I had this cousin that was staying with us. So one of the pigeon had like hair tangled around the leg. Okay. So he wanted to take it out, and then he ended up killing the pigeon. So my grandma was very, very, very angry. She's like, "Why? You should have left it alone. Now it's dead. Like you have to eat it." So what that happened? So I volunteered to cook it for him, and that was how it started. That was the first time I cooked. Oh. I made it, and it was really nice. And my grandma now realized that she can actually leave me with the fire, and I'll be careful. So I started helping her out. I learned to make fufu, like freshly made fufu, from the beginning, from the cassava to the process and everything. Then my grandma died 2 years later. So I moved on to other things. Then I found interest in dance, and then I started traveling. So I've been I traveled all over the world. Yes, because of the dancing part. Yes, touring. And then when I first started traveling, when I go there and eat, I always find it hard to eat any food they give to me because I was Nigerian. You know, we Nigerians, we eat with our eyes. We don't try to... We don't do food. We don't want to see... Yes, we don't want to see one kind of food. We have to be sure that it tastes good. So the bell peppers are good now. Okay, go ahead. So I started trying. I couldn't eat, but later I started trying different food from different places, and I realized how amazing it is. Then I decided to go back to my catering. Then in those 7 years I was working, I was actually going to Yeide International Catering and Hotel Management while I was working in 7 years. After my music school in Muson Center. I read a bit of music. So after this, I went to Yeide. I did cookery and then cake making, yes. Okay. I was doing that and I was loving it. And then I got pregnant. Okay. And then decided and you were dancing, because I remember that photo. You were dancing with your 7 months pregnancy. My tummy was so big. It was huge. Every time I'm dancing, my partner's stepmom is always screaming on stage because she lived in Paris. Okay. So I lived with her, and that was where I gave birth to my daughter. She was always screaming on stage, "Be careful, the baby's gonna fall down." From your tummy, I can imagine. You probably gave her a fright. So after I got pregnant and then I had my baby, she had a restaurant as well. So I started learning Senegal dish, because she's French. Okay. I learned a lot of Senegal dish, French cuisine. It was fun. Yeah. Then after I had my baby, I realized that going back to dance is a long thing. I have to focus on taking care of my daughter, and then I realized I still have something that I love to do. So I decided to further my education to Westminster King's College in London. And we're going to have a taste of that cooking today. As in, I can't wait to dig into this dish. So you're welcome to the kitchen, Joe Boy. I've got Chef Yeide right here. She made breakfast. All right. Take a look at this platter. So she's going to put in the eggs. Oh, she's going to put this. Yeah, the beauty of this is actually in the pan. Ah. Okay, so that was why we had to come here to show you in the pan. How beautiful that looks.
Yeah. So the beauty of this dish is actually in the pan.
So she's gonna serve it from the pan like
Yes.
right now, yeah?
Yes, because it has to be served hot.
Look at that. That looks like a crazy meal right now.
Okay, so Chef Yeide, while you're working on that, could you tell us how we came about this dish?
Okay. So basically, I started with the olive oil, the onions, the tomato plum. I left it to cook for a bit, and then I added the spices, chili flakes, oregano, paprika, and left it to cook for a bit. And now I had to break the eggs right in the middle. I created a little space, and then I broke the egg right in the middle.
Great. So let's serve so that Joe Boy can tell us what he makes of
Yes, so let's serve it right now. Let's serve it right now. We have to go right now.
Okay.
But
so you guys can...
has Joe Boy ever tasted anything like this before?
No.
Really? No. So what's your average favorite meal?
Jollof rice.
Jollof rice?
Yeah, guys, morning, afternoon, night.
You heard it here first, people. If you give Joe Boy jollof rice morning, noon, night, he will take it.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
that's for all the girls who admire you. They're already taking a mental note of that.
Jollof rice.
Yes,
please.
so.
Yeah.
That's done.
That's why it's called running eggs, Mike.
Yeah.
So you don't
There
go
we
like that.
go. You don't done.
Wow.
We're good. We're good.
Okay, so try it. Or would you rather have this?
There's
Which type of bread would you
There's
prefer?
another
That one?
egg here that is
Okay.
well cooked if it doesn't.
Okay,
like
let's put the well-cooked egg in
maybe
it.
not well cooked, but it's better than that.
So I'm a big fan of sunny side up eggs. I love
Okay.
sunny side up eggs. I do. Have you had like mad sunny side up eggs?
I'm not
Like for
really
people who
fan.
love
Really?
boiled
You don't like
eggs,
it?
you know, and
Oh,
you don't want to
wow,
fry, you don't
okay.
like fried, you can do it this way.
Don't
and still
worry.
get it.
Okay, so
Yeide is
there you go.
world renowned,
Yeah.
and she has come here to. I think you know this is a manual. You have to
You have
scoop
to
it. You have to
scoop it.
scoop it. Yes,
So
scoop this sauce.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
The beauty is bend your bread,
Bend your bread.
put the sauce
I've not
in
eaten
it,
type
and
of,
bite.
type of foreign food before.
Foreign food.
So I'm
Yeah,
confused.
scoop it.
Everything.
That's enough. That's enough. That's
Okay.
enough.
Yeah.
So you fold
So you
it.
can use this.
Your head is there. Your head is there.
Yeah, so you bite
Yeah.
the sauce. Too much sauce.
Tomorrow, if anybody come and call me and you see me and you are just giving, narrating the food as the everything. It's been a wonderful time. A big shout out to Homely NG. Thank you
Thank
for our
you.
kitchen accessories.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Homely. We also have to give a big shout out to everyone who was on the show today. We appreciate you. We love you. And everyone watching at home, we appreciate you too. We'll be back.
So my stomach was just
What? It was moving.
rumbled a
rumbling.
bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look at this.
He's hungry.
Beautiful.
That means we have to go. We
No,
will
no,
be
so
back.
I'm not eating. It's kind of food.
It's okay, my
We're
friend.
not used to this time.
6 a.m.
Jollof rice,
tomorrow,
let's
y'all.
do that.
Please tune in. Have a great day.
Have a great day, guys.